Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 really cool yarn crafts. So let's get to it. Okay, so our first craft is going to be how to make friendship bracelets. So what you're going to need is 3 different colors of string, some beads, which is optional, and some tape. So first what you're going to do is the 2 colors that you want on your bracelet, you're going to cut out. And then there's going to be 2 strings in the middle, the same color, that nobody's going to see. It's just to sort of support the bracelet. So you can choose whatever color. I just chose this like beige tan color. So what you're going to do is you're going to have the 2 middle colors, and you're going to just put them in the middle, and then lay the 2 other colors that you want on your bracelet on the sides. So now just tie the ends, and if you want to know, I cut about 2 feet of yarn for each piece, just if you want to know how long, because you're going to be making a bracelet. Last time I only cut it about 1 foot long, and as you can see, it didn't come out, it didn't cover my whole wrist. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your tape and just tape the end down. So you're going to spread the 2 outside colors out, and then keep these 2 in the middle. So how you're going to make this bracelet is, it's sort of like your regular friendship bracelet, except it makes a little bit of a different design. So you're going to make a 4 with the red string, or whichever string you have on whichever side. You can start wherever you want. And then just pull it through and pull it all the way to the top near the knot. And then you can either choose to do this twice or once. I found if you do it twice, I like doing it twice better, because if you do it once, I think that the pattern is a lot less easy to see. But if you want to do it once, that's great too. So I'm just going to go twice here, and then I'm going to make a 4, pull it under, and pull it up. Now you don't want to go over the red. This is under the red. So as you can see, it makes a little sort of triangle shape. So you're just gonna do that again. And then repeat with the red string. So I'm gonna speed you guys up, and I'll come back when I'm ready to put the beads on, and I'll show you how to do that. Do you love me, Matthew? Okay, so as you can see, we're not that far down. So putting on the beads is actually super simple, and I'll show you how to do it right now. So I just chose this yellow colored bead, and you're just gonna take and I'm just gonna string that through and bring it all the way up to the top. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to go on as normal. So I'm on the orange side, so I'm just going to tie this, and it's just going to go around the bead just like that. And you can do this with any beads. You can do it with letter beads or anything you have, just as long as it fits through the string. And so I'm going to do the rest off camera and come back when that's done. Okay, so now that you've finished your bracelet, you can untie the top, because since it's all tied up, you don't need to have it in a knot up there anymore. Okay, so now that your knot is finally untied, your bracelet is finished. So I'm going to tie it on myself and show you guys how it looks. So I think this is a really cool friendship bracelet to be able to make. It has a really cool design and you could do a lot of things with it. So now on to our next yarn craft. So the next craft is going to be pom-poms. And pom-poms are super easy to make. All you need is your fingers, some string, and scissors. So first what you're going to do is cut a small length of about, I would say 4 inches, and put that to the side. Now take your color and just wrap it around 3 fingers. And just do that for about, I would say 20 times, I'm not sure. And well, at least until it gets like pretty thick. It depends on how big and thick you want your pom-pom to be. If you want your pom-pom to be bigger, then I would suggest doing it around 4 fingers. Smaller, do it around 2 fingers. But you want it to be pretty thick. So I think probably I'm wrapping this around 40 times. So now you're just going to carefully slip it off your fingers. And here you have your little pom-pom thing. And you're just going to snip off the end there. So now you have your roll. And you're just going to take your other string. And here's the confusing part. You put it underneath and you tie around the entire thing. And here is the key, most important thing. This is the thing keeping your pom-pom together. So you need to do it really tight and like really sturdy so it does not come undone. So as you see, I've done it the tightest of my ability so that it's basically like an 8 sort of, and then I'm just going to double knot it. So now that's double knotted, you're just going to slip your scissors inside the little loop that you've made basically with all this string, and you're just going to start snipping. This might take a while depending on how thick your thread is. So now I've got one side all snipped. I'm going to do the other side. So, if you can see, it's not looking much like a pom-pom yet. But if you just tossle it around, it will start to look a lot more. Now, this is a very important part as well, is the snipping and the trimming of the pom-pom, because with these homemade pom-poms, depending on how tight you tie them, if you cut them, or how thick they are, if you cut them too thin, then they'll start looking like really not like pom-poms. So you want to cut them just enough so that they look like a pom-pom, but not too little. So now I've mostly snipped off all my pom-pom's edges, and as you can see, I didn't tie it tight enough, so it's not looking super great. If you just tossle it around a little bit like this, it looks perfectly like a pom-pom. So I know if you would have tied it tighter, it would have looked like a perfect pom-pom. So this is great. You can if you don't snip off the edges of that thing you tied in the beginning, you can make it a key chain, tie it on your bracelets, and other stuff like that. So sorry, one more thing. As you can see, I've came back and tied a little string around the middle. So now you can hang it on your backpack, tie it to a bracelet, make it a bracelet on its own or an anklet or anything you want to do with this. And it's just a really cool and simple thing to have. I've made like hundreds of these, during the summer when I was bored and didn't have anything to do. So these are a really fun pastime, and they turn out looking really cool. So our next craft is the tassel, and it's a lot like the Pom Pom, but it's slightly different. So this is how you make it. First, what you're gonna do is find the end of your string, and depending on how big you want your tassel to be, mine is gonna be pretty small. You're just gonna cut one string and then another string of the same length. And it doesn't matter if they're one's a little bit shorter, one's a little bit longer. So next what you're gonna do is, just like the Pom Pom, you're gonna wrap it around your fingers. But for this one, you don't need to wrap it nearly as many times. I think around 15 to 16 times works. So now you're just gonna snip that off. And so now you have your Pom Pom thing, your tassel thing. And you're gonna take one of your little strings that you've already cut off, and you're gonna slip it through the middle and just tie it at the top so that the whole thing doesn't come unwound when you're doing the rest of the tassel. So just tie that. It doesn't need to be double knotted or anything. So now you're gonna snip at the end here, just like this. And then you're gonna take your other string, you're gonna wrap it around and tie it. So now that's all tied. Oops, I had a little one that came loose. You are just gonna snip off the edges, just like with the Pom Pom. And now you have this cute little tassel that you can attach to bracelets or attach to a backpack or just have around. So that's it for this video, everybody. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And I'll see you in the next video.